Hi. So, in this section of the video, ano ba yung face ko? Please never mind my face. So, in this section of the video, I will be showing you paano mag-register sa NPC website. If you are already ready and you already have your documents. Although if you don't have your complete documents yet, pwede naman because you can still save your work. So, let's go and go to npcregistration.privacy.gov.ph. Now, in this example, you can just go to data protection sign up here if you don't have an account yet. And then be sure that you read everything that's what being said here because that is how your data is going to be handled. Okay, so you can tick the box and then tick the box and click continue. So this will apply if wala pa po kayong account sa NPC. You have to put your first name, middle name is optional, last name, yung sex is only male or female. Official DPO email, this means kung ano po yung email nyo sa organization nyo. Let's say, for example, ako, pangalan ko Stella. So, let's say stella@mycompany.com. Yun po yung usual official DPO email. Tapos, mobile number ko. Telephone number, optional lang siya, pero mainam kung meron. Tapos, yung ilalagay nyo is yung telephone number ng office nyo. Official designation, Data Privacy Officer. And then date of designation, usually makikita to sa Secretary Certificate, which we will discuss later. And then tick this and then create account. When you have already created an account, saka kayo pwedeng mag-login na dito. So again, the URL or the link where you are able to log in is npcregistration.privacy.gov.ph/login. Okay. So, i-blur na muna natin yung email natin for privacy reasons. Tapos, okay. Now, I'm going to log in kasi nakapag sign up na po tayo as DPO. But what I will be showing you in this video is how are you going to register ba your data processes in your organization where you are assigned as a DPO. Okay, so one-time PIN sent. Punta tayo sa email natin. It's not there yet. Okay. Control C. Balik tayo doon. Exit lang natin yan. Control V. Click verify. Alright, we are here. Now, scroll down a little bit. You will see. Saan ko ba ilalagay itong mukha ko? Okay, dyan na muna. Kindly select what type of DPO or DPS registration you are going to make. Public and private organization or individual professional. So, okay. Kapag kayo ay na-hire po sa isang private company, then you have to click ito. Kung kayo ay isang LGU, kayo din po ay mag-click dito. Alright? But, for example, you are a CPA, you are a lawyer, and you are dealing with personal information, then you are to click individual professionals here, and you are to register yourself. In this example, since I am a data privacy officer of a certain private corporation, I'm going to click this one, public and private organizations. Let's click that. This will select public and private organizations as your type of registration. Let's click yes, continue. Registration selected. Ayun. X muna. And let's begin our registration. Remember po na every time, kasi nag-auto log out po ito, no? So be careful na every time mag-enter kayo ng data, especially if madami na kayong na-enter, you click save as draft para hindi masayang. Kasi I myself was a victim na hindi ko siya na-save, hindi siya kasi auto-save, so nawala yung data na ang dami-dami ko nang nalagay. So, okay. So let's go with step 1, organizational details. Organization or agency details. Name ng organization. Okay. Organization name. And I will now type down the name of my organization. I'm sorry, but I have to blur this out as well, okay? So, ang basis po nito, kung ano yung ilalagay nyo mismo, is if for example, corporation kayo, ang nakalagay sa secretary certificate nyo, eto ganito po yung secretary certificate ninyo, no? Nakalagay dyan, yung ano ba yung exact name ng corporation ninyo. Yun din po yung naka-register bale sa SEC. So, yun po yung basis natin. This time, usually merong incorporated, merong Inc. Alright. Okay. Tapos, yung website URL namin, although optional, I will still include, and that is, meron na tayong website URL. Optional siya, but nevertheless, I would like to include it. Country, syempre, Philippines, mabuhay. Company address, it doesn't say na. Okay, save as draft muna. When you save as draft, this will save the registration as a draft. Okay, yes, save as draft. Yun. Now, edit. Company address. Ito ay nasa SEC certificate and or nasa secretary certificate din. So, alright. So, we already have the full address of the company. We'll just paste it here. Region, since I am in NCR, so NCR. I mean, region po ito ng company ninyo or ng organization ninyo, okay? City or municipality, Makati. Yung zip code niya is area of coverage. Okay, so when we talk about area of coverage, ito po ay area of coverage ng, okay, let's, scope of operations ng process na tinatry nyong i-register. So for example, kayo po ay isang app. Yung app nyo na nasa App Store or Play Store is available worldwide. So, municipality, city, so pwedeng multinational. Kasi kung available siya, for example, sa another country, then multinational na siya. Kasi Philippines plus other countries. You cannot say you are a foreign branch if you are actually registered in the Philippines as a company. Okay? So multinational tayo. Tapos, yung email na i-register po natin dito ay ang email ng official email ng DPO. So, ang official email ng DPO, which is my email as a DPO, bale, in this case is, okay, wait lang. Oopsie. Yan. Control V. Tapos, yung contact number ng DPO I will blur this po muna. Okay. Okay. Alright. Sector. So we have to choose our sector. Financial service activities, food and beverage, government. Government, if for example you are an LGU, then you put government. Healthcare facilities, if for example you're a hospital. Hotels and accommodation, if you are a hotel, an inn, a bed and breakfast, pwede. Hotels and accommodation po kayo. Information service activities. Insurance, reinsurance, manpower, manufacturing. Membership organizations, mining and quarrying. Other business support. Okay, so it belongs to office admin, office support, and other business support, because it's a B2B. The company is a B2B, and it's offering its service to other business to support other businesses. Okay, business support services, call centers, and other related activities, office administrative and support, organization of conventions and trade shows. So either business support services or office administrative and support. You can put two of them: business support services, office administrative and support. So the company is not a call center. So not related to trade shows either. Okay. There's that. Now, head of the organization. So I will put the name of the president, email niya, contact number niya. Pwede din dito ang CEO. Pwedeng president, pwedeng CEO yung ilagay niyo. Okay. So I will just put, and let's blur this again, the sensitive details. All right. Ayan. Tapos yung email niya, ilalagay po natin ditong email as much as possible, yung wala po dapat space para hindi mag-error. Okay? Tapos yung ilalagay natin na email is the company email para official email. Tapos yung contact number ng head ng organization ninyo. So I will just get the contact number of the head of the organization. Kunin lang natin. Now, step 2, pwede na tayo sa data processing systems. Ano-ano ba yung mga data processing system na nagko-collect ng personal information? For example, registration process. So, ilalagay po natin dito, add DPS or data processing system. Tapos, lalagay natin dito, registration process. Kung meron pa kayong ibang proseso wherein nagko-collect po kayo ng personal information, then i-add din po yan separately. So, madami po yan, dadami po yan. If madami po kayong processes wherein you are collecting personal information of people. So, pag sinabi pong personal information, ito po yung klase ng information na na-identify yung tao. So, tao po ang ating subjects dito, yung kanilang personal information. Okay? It does not pertain to name of companies if you're dealing with companies lang. It does not pertain to name of places. It pertains to people as data subjects and their personal information. Okay, so isi-save lang po natin ito para hindi mawala uli, no? So, okay, wait. Let me save this. Save as draft. Yes, save as draft. Ayun, save as draft na. Exit. Tapos click edit draft. There. Scroll down lang tayo. Tapos add DPS. Alright. Let's go. Medyo mahaba-habang proseso po ito. Now, data processing system number 1. Click lang natin yan. Is DPS manual, electronic, or both? So, if you click here, manual means physical documents yung kinokollect ninyo. Electronic or automated is when electronic data ang pinaprocess ninyo. Meaning, for example, gumagamit kayo ng Google Form, ng Jot Form, or may website kayo na may contact form. Yun, electronic automated yun. But, if both na nangongolekta talaga kayo nung sa logbook, for example, yung sa lobby na nagko-collect ng name, mobile number, manual yon. Tapos nagko-collect din kayo dun sa website nyo. Both yon. If physical form is eventually processed electronically, both din yon. Okay. So, let's just go here. Electronic kasi yung sa company. Tapos yung title name of the system being registered. Example, HRIS, Registration System. So, ang register muna natin dito is yung registration system. Basis of processing information, madami yan, pero sa amin, sa company na ito, ang basis ng kaniyang pagpaprocess ay consent. The data subject has given his or her consent. This is only applicable if you collect data from a person and you allow them to give their consent to the processing of their personal data. Now, kung kayo po ay isang, let's just say, for example, kayo ay si SSS, no, and you process data, bale, because it's your mandate to process personal information of your data subjects. So, pwedeng consent, pero also, meron din kayong legal obligation. Also, necessary siya. So, pwede kayong mamili kung kayo ay isang government entity. But since sample po natin dito, private company, hindi po siya, nagpa-process lang po siya ng data because nanghingi siya ng consent sa data subjects niya prior to processing the data. So, ito po yung i-click natin. Also, mas safe po kapag ganun na mag-ask kayo ng consent bago kayo mag-process ng any personal information. National emergency. Etong national emergency, dito gina-justify yung nangungulekta ng data, yung sa COVID times pa. Ito yun. Diyan nakalagay usually. Pero tayo, given his or her consent. Kasi no, ang basis talaga natin is consent. Okay. Tick na yan. Tick the box. So, pwedeng mag-tick ng more than one box dito po. Okay? So, pwede dalawa. Alright. So, mayroon na tayong dalawang basis of processing information. Registration system natin yan. Basis of processing sensitive personal information if applicable. Ano ba yung sensitive personal information? So, eto, basis of processing sensitive personal information if applicable. Okay, now, sensitive personal information po is defined under the Data Privacy Act of 2012 or the Republic Act number 10173. It refers to certain types of personal data that require higher levels of protection. Okay? Why? It's because of their sensitive nature. So, ano-ano ba yung mga sensitive personal information? Yung mga sensitive personal information po ay, for example, race, ethnic origin, marital status, so single, married, confused, single and married lang. So, race, ethnic origin, marital status, sensitive po yun. Age, sensitive din po yun. So, kahit na po hindi sinasabing I'm 30 years old. Kahit di ganon, pero nakalagay birthday sensitive po iyon. Color. Color po ng skin. For example, black, fair, brown, kayo manggi. Ayun, sensitive po yan. Religion. Kayo ba ay Catholic? Kayo ba ay born again? Kayo ba ay Islam or Muslim? So, sensitive po yan. Philosophical or political affiliation. Kayo ba ay... Okay, let's not talk about na lang political affiliation kasi medyo magulo yan. But yun ay mga examples po ng sensitive personal information. Ano pa? Health. May diabetes yung tao? May hypertension yung tao? Sensitive na information po iyan. Education. High school graduate? College graduate? Sensitive din po iyan na information. Genetic or sexual life of a person. Sensitive information din po iyan. Ano-ano pa yung ibang sensitive information? SSS number. Yan. Driver's license, passport numbers, yung mga government-issued IDs and government-issued numbers, sensitive personal information po yan. Yung mga information na in-issue ng government natin, for example, yung PhilSys ID ninyo, sensitive personal information. So these types of information are considered sensitive because they can directly impact an individual's privacy and security if disclosed without proper authorization or safeguard. So, by default, hindi po pwedeng i-process yung sensitive personal information. Yun yung default niya. Kaya kailangan po natin magkaroon ng basis kung bakit ba ito pinaprocess. So, kailangan ng consent kailangan ng legitimate purpose, so kailangan yung i-justify why are you processing this sensitive personal information. And when we say process pala, what do we mean by that? When you collect, for example, a sensitive personal information, let's say yung birthday ng tao, let's say yung SSS number ng tao, sensitive personal information po yun, right? So, when you collect it, that is processing. When you store it, when you save it somewhere, that is also considered as processing. Okay, so much for the lecture. Let's proceed. Okay. Basis of processing sensitive personal information, if applicable. My consent. Okay. There is consent, purpose of processing. To establish identity who are registered in the system to ensure okay, ganyan na lang. To establish identity of persons who are registered in the system. And minimize, if not eradicate, fraud. Description of the category or categories of data subjects. Ano ba ito? Employees, customers, clients, suppliers, etc. So in our case, employees and customers sila. Employees and customers. Description of data or categories of data. Description of data or categories of data relating to data subjects. Name, email address, mobile number, personal identifiers of a person, and other personal of a person. Recipients or categories of recipients to whom the data might be disclosed. Employer or the counterparty. Okay, let's not use employer, counterparty, or enterprise vis-a-vis their employees, counterparties, or enterprises and their customers. Is processing done as PIC or PIP? Whether DPS is being utilized solely as PIC or the DPS is being utilized for another organization. So this process actually, kasi itong platform na to is a SaaS or a SaaS or a SaaS service siya for another business. So yung platform actually is being utilized for another organization. So that means PIP, DPS is being utilized solely as PIC or the DPS is being utilized for another organization. So PIP po tayo. Tayo ay nagpoproseso lang, hindi tayo nagko-control ng information ng iba. Now, Is the system outsourced or subcontracted? This one refers to the organizations that the system is outsourced or subcontracted from. Okay, before we answer that, let's save this muna. Let's save this muna para hindi mawala. Okay, exit, and let's scroll down. Oh, sorry, edit draft. Scroll down para balikan natin yung ini-edit natin. Asa na ba yun? Data processing system. Alright. Dito tayo sa, magde-decide tayo kung system outsourced ba tayo or subcontracted. Processing na sa PIC or PIP. Alam niyo po, by the way, this is very important to determine if you're a PIC or PIP. So, let's discuss this quickly lang. Okay? Okay, so, kailangan nating i-distinguish sino si PIC versus sino si PIP. Now, si PIC or si Personal Information Controller is an entity, pwedeng corporation, pwedeng partnership, or pwedeng LGU, or pwede din siyang individual na nagkokolekta, who collects, hold, process, or use personal data. So, the PIC or the Personal Information Controller determines the purposes and means of processing personal information. So, siya yung nagde-determine, siya yung nagko-control kung paano ba i-process yung personal information, ano ba yung purpose ng personal information. So, essentially, the PIC decides ano ba yung data kailangang i-collect and paano ba ito gagamitin. Yan si PIC. Now, sino naman si PIP or si Personal Information Processor? PIP or PIP? Si PIP or si PIP is a third party to whom the PIC, eto si PIC, okay? So, kapag merong PIP or PIP, always merong PIC. Kasi si PIP, pwede natin siyang gawing parang utusan ni PIC. Okay? So, a PIP or Personal Information Processor is a third party. Bakit mo siya sinasabing third party? Kasi po, yung first and second na party is si PIC at yung individual or yung data subject. So, third party lang itong si PIP. Si PIP is to whom the PIC outsources or delegates the processing of personal data. So, si PIP, sumusunod lang siya sa utos ni PIC. The PIP processes the data on behalf of the PIC. So, it follows the instructions provided by the PIC. The PIP does not have control over the data, but it only processes the data as directed. Okay? So now, in my case kasi, platform lang kami. Yung client ko na ito, platform lang siya. So, wala kaming control, walang control yung kliyente ko kung paano ba i-process yung data, kung paano ba i-store, kung anong gagawin sa data. So, PIP lang po kami. Kapag sinabi ng kliyente na delete nyo na yan, di-delete din namin yun. So, PIP lang po kami. Alright. Now, is the system outsourced or subcontracted? So, it refers to the organization that the system is outsourced or subcontracted. So, parang self-explanatory na siya, no? Outsourced ba yung sistema ng organization ninyo or hindi? In this case, kami po yung gumawa, yung kliyente ko. So, lagay ko, no. Okay? Kapag sinabi mong yes, name of PIP, kung kanino nyo ina-outsource, contact number nila, email address nila. Pero kami yung gumawa ng platform. Kami yung nag-code ng platform, for example. So, ilalagay ko, no. Anong mangyayari? Ang system ay mag-a-ask ng general information of the data life cycle. What is a data lifecycle? Ito na po. Itong nandito sa baba. Kailan nyo kinolekta yung data? How many years or months isusstore nyo yung data na ito? Paano nyo i-delete yung data? Tapos, description ng security measures ninyo. Okay? So, now let's answer this. So, when is data collected? Since yung inire-register po natin dito is the registration system pa. Madami pang data na i-register po natin, no? Pero, nagsimula tayo sa registration process. So, when is data collected? Manner when the data is collected upon submission of form and other requirements. Yes. Data is collected upon submission of form and other requirements. Lagay natin registration process. Retention period with reckoning date and time. Kalagay dito, pwedeng 2 years after collection, 2 years from the date of completion. So, sa amin naman, for example, sa platform ng kliyente kong ito, nakalagay si data, yung retention period, as long as merong kontrata. So, retention period is, so pag sinabing retention period with reckoning date or time, for example, kailan nyo ba kinokollect? So, let's say 2 years yung inyong retention period from registration. Ganun lang. In our case kasi, since contractual basis siya, it depends on the term period that is specified as per individual contract from date of registration or onboarding. This varies depending on the enterprise client, as we are merely a SaaS platform. Disposal, destruction, or deletion method. Shredding, decaussing, composting, soaking with water, and bleach. So destruction is via online deletion of data upon termination of the contract or request of the enterprise client or upon request of the data subject. Okay. Description of security measures. So, registration of DPO and DPS, conduct of PAA, information security policies, privacy manual, ISO certification, relevant trainings. So, description of security measures. Okay, let's put here registration of DPO and DPS. Okay, so I wrote a more detailed one. Lagay ko dito. Pwede kang mag-copy-paste naman here. Data privacy officer, but you cannot make this into control B as in Bravo. Hindi pwedeng mag-bold ng letters here. So, ganyan lang siya. Tapos, meron pa akong ka-copy-paste dyan. Ayan. My policies and procedures. Okay, I created a course for this. I think I will put it in the description box down below for employee training and awareness. I've priced it for a very low price because it's supposed to be honest, I was thinking it's supposed to be free, but it seems people are not really valuing what you offer them unless you offer it for something, for an amount. So I was thinking I'm offering it, pero for a very, how can I say, for a very affordable or cheap price lang. Just so legit people, people who legit, ano ba yan? Bakit ako nabubulol? For people who legitimately need the training lang ang mag-access at magbibigay ng importance sa information na pinaghirapan kong i-form together. Okay? So, I'll put the link down below. But it's totally up to you if you would like to check it out. I guess I'll offer a really big discount on it na lang, so that people who have watched this video, you can enter the coupon or the promo code. When you have watched this video, you can enter the promo code that I will provide a flash on the screen, and so you can get it for a very, very, very low price. Okay, let's continue. So, yun ay organizational. Nag-provide tayo ng tatlo, pwede na yan. Let's go for physical. Ano ba yung mga physical security measures na pwede nating ipatupad? So, it cannot be blank. Kailangan meron talaga. Pwedeng ganito, controlled access. Yung access ng data storage areas such as server rooms is restricted to authorized personnel only. So, in my client's case, yung server room niya is actually not in their premises. Wala sa office nila. So, access to data is restricted to authorized personnel only. Yan lang. Tapos, physical security controls include locked doors, access cards, and biometric authentication. In their case, wala namang biometric authentication. So, delete ko to. Ganyan. Pero merong access cards and access cards. Surveillance, yung premises are monitored by security cameras and the footage is retained for a limited period to ensure the security of the facilities, which is true naman. Okay, so we're good. So, sa CCTV, intrusion detection, biometric access, nandito sa physical. Technical naman tayo. What does it mean when we say technical? Antivirus, firewalls, encryption, password protection. So, how do we put it here? Copy-paste ko lang yung ginawa ko na. So, data encryption, all sensitive personal data is encrypted both in transit and at rest using this kind of encryption. Actually, di ko na kailangan sigurong ilagay yan. Using encryption. Okay, this ensures that unauthorized individuals cannot access or read the data without the proper decryption keys. Access controls. We implement role-based access controls to limit access to personal data based on the principle of least privilege. Users are granted access only to the data necessary for their roles. Next, firewall, and anti-malware protection. Okay, that's good. Data backup and recovery. Regular backups of all critical data are conducted and securely stored in an off-site location. We have established disaster recovery plans to ensure data integrity and availability in case of an emergency. Alright, so we're good. Next is personal data transferred outside of the Philippines. Yes. Kasi ang ginagamit ng client ko is Google Cloud, and so, okay, I'll show you. So, si Google Cloud, ito ang mga locations niya. May Germany, may Qatar, may Saudi Arabia, South Africa. Okay. So, nakikita niyo ba may Taiwan, may Hong Kong, meron pang Pilipinas, wala pa silang nilagay na Pilipinas. So, that means And since they try to update this, if you're in the Asia Pacific, let's go there. Singapore, Jakarta. Kung kayo ay nasa Southeast Asia, Hong Kong, Taiwan, there. So, tayo talaga ay nasa, yes, transferred outside of the Philippines. Is there any data sharing agreement with other parties? If yes, kailangan nyong maglagay ng PIC. If no, wala nang ibang i-ask sa inyo. Yung next question na ay, is the system a publicly facing online mobile or web-based application? Okay, is there any data sharing agreement with other parties? So, just to clarify, okay, kapag sinabing data sharing agreements with other parties, this includes PICs. Ano ang PIC? Again, Personal Information Controller. So, in this case, yung kliyente ko, PIP lang. And hindi siya PIC. So, dapat ang nakalagay dito, no. Okay? So, si data sharing agreement, nag-a-apply lang siya if may dalawang PIC or Personal Information Controllers that needs to disclose data to other or another Personal Information Controller. Okay? So, hindi siya nag-a-apply to a PIC na nagso-subcontract into a PIP. Okay? And it's not mandatory. So, if you would like to have the source of that, please check NPC Circular 2020-03. Alright, now let's go to the next part. Is a system a publicly facing online, mobile, or web-based application? Yes. Is the system external and or internal facing? Select both if applicable. Okay. Is there okay, let me explain. It is internal because, as I mentioned, itong client na to na inire-register natin is a B2B and a SaaS. So, or SaaS. Ang ginagawa nila is they are a platform na ginagamit ng businesses na may mga employees, for example, tapos yung si employees nag-register sa platform na iyon para sila ay ma-monitor ng kanilang employer. So, internal siya. Yung system is internal facing. Pero for example, you have an app, tapos kung sino-sino lang yung pwedeng mag-register sa app. I mean, kung sinong may gusto, pwede. So, you can put external. Tapos wala ng internal. Pero if both, so dalawa yung ititik nyo. In this case, i-untick ko yung external. Okay? Moving on. Is there any notification regarding any automated decision-making, operation, and or profiling? Hindi, walang automated decision-making in our case. Mayroon lang profiling. Lawful basis of processing personal data, consent, to the other relevant information pertaining to the specified lawful basis. Consent given upon of the data subject. Is consent used as the basis for processing? Yes. Consent form or any other proof of obtaining consent? Consent form, may any other proof of obtaining consent? Si consent form ay kailangan yung i-attach, right? So, this is the part where you have to put it in PDF file. So, kailangan nating i-convert yung mga consent form natin and then yung proof of obtaining consent in a PDF file form.